This is how you can make fuck you money with SMMA. Stop being a pussy. We both know that it's not too saturated, and that's just an excuse, but I'm about to dive into the exact same strategy that I've used to help over 100 agency owners crack that 6-figure mark. And it's not with cold calls, spamming clients who hate you, or charging some puny 1 to 3K a month retainer. It's by doing this one small thing a little bit different than every other agency who's not succeeding. So here's exactly how we do it. First things first, we gotta pick our offer. So like I was saying, traditional agencies, we've seen it's a retainer, right? And it's usually 1 to 3K a month for the management fee. So if you guys don't know what that means, basically an agency will run the ads for somebody 1 to 3K a month just to run the ads. Like that's what it costs, right? So client pays that management fee, so pays that 1 to 3K a month plus the ad spend. So 1 to 3K a month, let's just, in this example, let's say it's 2K a month plus an additional 2K in ad spend, which is 4K a month for the client, right? So that's how it's been ran in the past. And this is how we basically do it now, which is basically charging per appointment, per sit, or per close. So it's a results-based offer where our values are perfectly aligned with the client, where if we get them more appointments, they pay us more. If we get them more sits, they pay us more. If we get them more closes, they pay us more. So we can do per appointment, so just per booked appointment, like that's if we were doing in a niche like solar, where we're booking them appointments, or HVAC, or any contractors, or even Cairo. Sit is a shown appointment, right? And close is a fully closed deal, right? And so typically I like to start with appointment if you guys are new to the industry, just because there's more controllables. You can completely control if you're booking appointments. Another thing about this is the traditional offer, right? We aren't calling leads. Like we're just getting the leads and the client has to follow up with them, do everything like that. In the new model, right, we're calling the leads. So basically charge per appointment, sit or close with a setup fee. So the thing with the setup fee is we collect that money up front and then we book them appointments and we collect that amount of money after month 1. So let's say that in this example, we're going after gyms and we're charging them $40 an appointment, right? So 40 per appointment, and we have a 4K setup fee. Now this is just an example. I wouldn't use these exact numbers if you're in gyms. I'll go in later on how exactly I would calculate what to charge. So 4K setup plus 40 appointments. Let's say we can book them, just for ease of numbers, 10 appointments. Right? Or let's just say 20, and that's like on the low end. So month 1, we would collect that $4,000 because we collected it up front, plus 20 times 4 is 800, right? So month 1, we collect 4,800, which allows us to put more into fulfilling for the client, put more into landing new clients. It's wildly profitable. Right? Wildly profitable. Now, that's on the low end if you're only booking 20 appointments per month for your client. Another thing I love about this offer is, let's say you want to double your LTV, you want to double how much you make per client per month. All you have to do is get your client to double their ad spend, because the more money they put in the ads, the more money that you make. Now, with the traditional retainer model, it's pretty much impossible to double the retainer, right? How are we going to justify, hey, you paid us 2K this month, next month pay us 4, right? And so the problem with the traditional model is this in itself. Let's say this is what you're charging. It's 1.5K a month right here. The value you provide is this line, the one that's variable, because the amount of value you provide is different every single month when you're an agency. One month you won't perform as well. Let's say it's Q4, you're performing way fucking better. So one month they'll make a bunch of money with you. The next, they won't make any. They'll actually lose money. And right here is when they cancel. Right when your client doesn't make more money that they spend, unless they fucking love you, is right when they cancel the service, because it just makes so much sense. Yo, I didn't make my money back. Let me cancel it. So like, that's the thing, is like the LTV tends to be so much lower with the traditional retainer model just because of that in and of itself. And like, you get paid on the amount of value you provide. So if we provide 10x the value and we're actually good at what we do, then we get 10x the money. Now, vice versa, we don't get paid as much if we don't provide good results. Now, the caveat is if you fucking suck at delivering. And in that case, then you should probably get fucking good before you start trying to charge a bunch of money. Essentially, that's the offer that I would run. Now, something I want you guys to keep in mind is think about pricing your offer. So think about pricing when it comes to a Lamborghini versus a Honda. The Lamborghini for sure costs way more to make, way fucking more than the Honda. Does it cost as much more as they're charging? Hell no. So like, why is Lamborghini so much, why can they charge so much more? Because they're going after the top of the top, right? The top entrepreneurs, the athletes, the people that are financially able to afford $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 cars. And so they're not Jews over the money. They're not like, holy shit, like this is so much money. Why are they charging that much? They understand that the price they have to pay is a Lamborghini. So if they want to have that Lamborghini, they're going to have to pay the price. Honda, they know their ICP. They know who they're going after. And I want you guys to realize, who would you rather be? Would you rather be Honda, having to sell millions of cars to be profitable, or Lamborghini, where you're making $300,000 on one vehicle? So price is the biggest lever in able to like the biggest lever on profit, right? And so that's what you guys need to realize on like who you're going after. So think about another example. Walking somewhere, let's say you're on vacation. You can walk, you can taxi, you can Lyft, or you can order an Uber Black. So walking, it's free, and it's the worst. No one wants to walk, right? Unless you're getting your steps in to lose weight. Taxi, it's a little bit of money. It's not that much, but the AC might not work. The taxi might not speak English. 3, Lyft. It's okay. And it's a decent amount of money versus Uber Black, right? Charges the most for the premium service. What you want is a premium product to a premium buyer for a premium service. And so what's easier, right? What's easier, 20 clients or 2? Alex Ramosi was once asked on the podcast, how would you make 100 grand? And he said, I would figure out how to sell somebody one thing for $100,000, right? And so like selling high ticket is everything in this space, literally everything. And so what we've also realized is when we do sell high ticket versus retainers versus the setup fee, people are way more inclined to pay a one-time upfront fee rather than a monthly retainer month after month and like committing to a longer kind of contract. They'd rather pay one time, way more expensive. Another thing, increasing the price in my businesses have never ever lost me money once. I always think they lose me money, but it actually never does. Now, the reason why that is, I think it loses me money because I see more people saying no on sales calls. I see more people being like, no, I don't want to do it. When realistically, it's making me more money per sale. I am more profitable per sale, right? And so something that I had a one-on-one with Tanner Chittister yesterday, and I keep saying this on all the content that I'm recording recently, is that what he told me to do is basically one of his programs costs a bunch of money. Like, let's say in this example that I'm going to use, it costs 10K. Now, it doesn't actually cost 10K. So we say the price is 10K. It's a $10,000 setup fee, right? Like, as long as we built enough value, there will be prospects who are like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll pay 10K, right? This is amazing. But there's gonna be prospects that physically can't afford 10K, right? So we price anchor that at 10K, and then what we'll do is we'll get how much they physically have in their bank account, and then we will charge accordingly and make a customized payment plan. That way it allows us to collect on the people who are making the most money, right? And will pay that premium price for your premium service, but then lower on the food chain. If they physically can't afford it, we can also give those people in at a lower price. So the way Tanner explained it is, let's say his program was 10K. He said he would let somebody in for as low as 3. That means we can get the low hanging fruit, but we can also get the people at the top of the food chain. So in essence, have your setup fee be a little bigger than you think it should be so you can drop it down, number 1. Number 2, you can also offer a split pay, meaning just like, let's say your setup fee is $5 grand, you can say 2.5K up front, 2.5K in 30 days. It makes it a little bit more reasonable for your prospect. And number 3, when you increase price, people just see your product is more premium, just like Lamborghini. You see it's premium because it's expensive. Same thing with Louis Vuitton. And so price is a huge lever on the amount of profit you make. So like a question you guys are probably having, how much do you charge per appointment? That's the eraser. How much do you charge per appointment and for the setup fee? So the financial modeling to make sure this appointment costs work is we want our clients to spend 25% to acquire. What I want you to realize, if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about in this whole thing, then ignore it and just, if you're a beginner, just do cheap, right? You just literally need to do cheap until you understand what I'm talking about and how we can get actual calculated numbers. Like if you're a beginner, I would say, just to make it easy for you, charge $1,000 to set it up. And if you're in a low ticket thing, so it's like 100 to 300 bucks is your clients, what they charge, I would do like 30 to 40 bucks for an appointment. And if you're in a higher ticket thing, like roofing, solar, HVAC, you can try and do like 150, right? But financial modeling for you who have concepts of how much your clients are paying for things and like are quite well-versed in your industry. So we want our clients to spend 25% to acquire. So let's say in solar, the average ticket is 8K. So our client can spend 25% of that to acquire basically a deal. So 2K to acquire, right? Eraser again. So it's 2K to acquire. So, and then based off the show rate, close rate, how much do we charge, right? So let's say they can spend 2K to acquire. On average, it costs us 50 bucks with ads to book an appointment. That means we can book them, what, 40 appointments in this. So we'll book them 40 appointments and 2K of ad spend. And so you have to reverse engineer, okay, what's their close rate? What's their show rate on average in the industry, like as a whole? And then we'll be able to get those numbers and reverse engineer per appointment. Like you guys know what I mean. So it's basically, you get the number of how much they can pay to acquire a customer with being profitable. And then we would just reverse engineer these numbers from there. So if you guys need help, like how much per appointment, like just drop it in the comments. But basically, like I said, how much can they pay to acquire a customer, reverse engineer how many appointments you need to get them based off how many will show, how many will close, and then get your number. Also, you just need to start pitching it to people, right? Let's say we're saying 150 bucks, like they're like, that's way too expensive, I couldn't make that work. Then obviously it's too much. And then something I want you guys to keep in mind is never pay for your clients' ads. They're always going to be paying for their own ads. So that's something you have to work into the financial modeling and math of this model. Now with the setup fee, you want to charge 2 times your cost per acquisition plus your cost to fulfill. What this allows you to do is acquire this client, right? You pay to acquire your current client, you pay to acquire your next one, and then you pay to fulfill for your current one. Alex Hormozi basically said that is the secret to growing a business. If you can get this off your setup fee, you will fucking print. You will literally print. So let's say cost per acquisition is $1,000 with ads, then you want to charge $2,000 just for the cost per acquisition, and then your cost to fulfill, however much that is, you just add that into the equation. Anywhere between 3 and 6K is usually pretty average for a business to scale. Now, let's say picking your niche, if you don't already have one, people overcomplicate this a fuck ton. Literally all I want you guys to do is keep in mind, we want to be a specialist. So if you're watching this video, you're trying to offer appointments and you're in HVAC, roofing, solar, dog walking, pool cleaning, pools, pool building, fucking patios, all that shit. Like, we don't want to be a jack of all trades. We want to be a specialist. Think about a nurse versus a heart surgeon. A nurse makes 100 grand a year, right? They're decent at a lot of things and they can do very specific things. I mean, they can do very broad things. On the other hand, heart surgeon, they're really good at one fucking thing and one fucking thing only. And that's why they get paid so much, because you come to them when you have a heart problem and you are willing to pay a pretty penny. So all that you need when it comes to your niche is somebody rich. So I would go into a niche with riches, so a rich niche, and there's a lot of them, because we don't want poor people, because like I said earlier, we want Lambo buyers. Number 2, there's a lot of them in the world, and then you just got to know the industry. So whatever niche you pick, you got to learn the industry. Something that Joel Kaplan used to teach a lot was literally just go cold call someone in the industry and be like, hey, I'm in school running a marketing project, can I ask you questions? Can I ask you a few questions? And then you can even start asking them, hey, what do you think about this offer? How much would you pay for an appointment, right? And you can get more data like that. Speed is king though. I don't want you sitting here thinking about your niche for the next 3 years. Literally pick your niche and then we go from there. It's not that important. Every niche fucking sucks. You're gonna hate your niche. Everyone thinks there's a better niche. There's not. Every niche can hit 100K a month pretty much. So when it comes after that, next step is literally just getting customers. When it comes to getting customers is the only thing that fucking matters. If you have no customers, you have no business. You have no business, you have no money. You have no money, you're a broke fuck. You're a broke fuck, you're a bum, and you get no hoes. So you're pretty much cooked. So it's the only thing that matters. Getting customers is literally the secret to having everything you would want in your whole entire life. If you want to make more money, you need to get more customers. Flat out, simple. That's it. SMMA is literally just marketing and sales. It's a marketing and sales game. How many people can we get to see our product and how many can we get to close, right? When I'm saying that getting customers is literally the only thing that matters. If you're working on your product, if you're working on your website, if you're working on anything else, like, it does not matter, because no one's going to experience your product if you have no customers. No one's going to see your website if you don't get anyone to fucking see you, right? So getting customers, getting people to know you and see your face is the only thing that matters, because that's what's going to drive revenue. Think about it. What is a business? It has revenue. If you have no revenue, if you're literally pre-revenue, then you're not a business and you're never going to make money. All that you need to focus on 8 hours a day is how can you get more customers. So there's a few ways to get leads and get more customers. There's paid, so paid ads, organic, that's posting organic traffic just like this so people can come to you. Cold outbound, which is going to be people, you DMing people, or you basically trying to get somebody who you don't know yet to buy your thing. Very cold, meaning they just don't know who you are yet. So this could be a cold call, this could be a text blast, this could be a cold email, anything like that. I have a bunch of videos on my channel on paid stuff. I have a bunch of videos on my channel on organic stuff. Right here, I'm gonna be going over how to print fucking cash going with cold outbound. Now, what I like with cold outbound is cold calling. Even if you're at scale, like above 10K a month, cold calling can still like hit 100K months. I literally hit 35K a month just with cold calls with my agency. I didn't know how to run an ad until I hit 35K. What I like about it is it's gonna get you better at sales, right? If you're doing it. If not, then you're gonna get better at training sales. Sales is huge in your business. Literally one of the most, if not the most important thing. Second, it's the best free way. Literally pretty much costs no money. Third thing to keep in mind, the fastest way to scale is ads. And now the reason reason why this is it's leveraging one of the four biggest like types of leverage, or the four types of leverage, which is capital, right? Money. Cash is king. Another type of leverage you can leverage here is collaboration. So collaboration would just be hiring a team. At the end of the day, like if you want to be making six figures, you have to be doing things that a six-figure business owner would be doing, which isn't cold calling, right? Cold calling is a $10 an hour activity. It can be outsourced to somebody for 10 bucks an hour. It is all the time. So if you're cold calling, you're likely going to be in that range of making 10 bucks an hour. If you want to make the money you want to make, you're literally going to need to be doing the activities that that person would be doing. If you want to make $1,000 an hour, you will only be focused on $1,000 an hour activities, which is basically like collaboration. How can I get more cold callers to do it for me so I can focus on more important things, or using capital to put it back into ads? But yeah, this is going to be going over the exact cold calling script that I would use and how I would find the data. And if you guys want to use collaboration, literally what you would do is just go into sales Facebook groups, go into sales Discords, and start finding people who can cold call with you and for you. Give them either an hourly fee or a percentage of deals that close. So first things first, when we're cold calling, we have to find the list, right? Find the list of people to do. Now, this is easy, either D7 Lead Finder, Apollo.io, or Data Miner. This is the script that we use. We literally use this in our agency, and this is what helped us hit 35K months. Screenshot it, whatever. Only thing you're gonna need to change is I've partnered up with a few, your niche, your offer would be here, right? So, and they only pay us a small portion of what they get paid right here. Instead, you would say, and they only pay us a small portion of they only pay us a small flat fee of every appointment. But go ahead and screenshot this, and this is exactly the script that allowed us to scale. Last is some things to keep in mind throughout the process, right? So number one, speed wins. You likely want what you want, and you want it fast as fuck. Apologies, it's getting dark out here in South Florida. Beautiful fucking day with the lake. I don't know if you can see it, but speed wins, right? So the faster you do things, the better, as long as the quality of work is good. So like, you guys probably want what you want, and you want it as fast as possible, right? If you're gonna wanna do that, you have to make actions and make decisions fast. Like, for example, indecision is a decision to waste time, right? You thinking about your company name, your logo, is wasting your fucking time. Like when I was moving down to South Florida, Miami area, all my friends were like, you want this house, this house, this house, or this apartment, or here. I saw this one, boom, it was done. Most people would be sitting there 10 hours a day or 10 hours a week. What house should I get? What bed frame should I get? I don't fucking know. Like, dude, make that decision. Speed is king, right? The moment that thing gets out of my head is the moment it can get back on work. So whether it's like, how fast can we go cold call, right? Because now if you're gonna watch this video, are you gonna actually go cold call? Those of you who do are the winners. Those of you that don't are not. So like, if you don't go cold call, like odds are you're not gonna succeed, or because you're not taking action and implementing the things that we're talking about. But basically, is it like, are you gonna pick up the phone and start dialing right now? Or are you gonna wait 3 days to start dialing? The dude who starts dialing tomorrow, tonight, right now, watching this video, he is far, far ahead of you in 3 days. Wanna know why? Because he's already tried and failed more times than you've successfully even fucking picked up your phone. So he made that decision to take action faster, and that means in 3 days, he's 3 full days ahead of you. And so those types of decisions may add up, and suddenly it's a year down the line and you've wasted a fucking month. Ridiculous. Speed wins. Speed is king. If you want shit fast, make fast decisions, wire that into your head. Number two, Saka, always set appointments, close appointments. That's what that means. Set appointments, close appointments. Like I told you earlier, I'm not gonna harp on this too much just because I already talked about it a bunch, but literally SMA is marketing and sales. Number three, it's all your fault. Take complete control, utter responsibility of where you are at today, because it's your fault. The reason you're broke, the reason you're rich, the reason you hate your relationship, the reason you love it, the house you live in, it's all your fault. Even if it's not, it still is, because what are you gonna fucking do about it? What are you gonna do about it? I grew up, I'd take out loans, I had to do every single fucking thing myself. I couldn't ask for shit, right? There are way more people who have had it way worse who have made way more out of it. I fucking guarantee it, right? Even me, there are way more people who had it way worse who did way better than me. So it's all my fault that I have everything that I have, for the success that I have, it's my fault that I don't have the money that I have. It's my fault that I'm not in the relationship that I want. It's my fault. And so when I realized that is when I became a man and when my life changed. Utter responsibility for everything. Last is take action and implement. Same thing I was talking about with speed, right? You're gonna learn this, you're gonna watch this video, and I'm sure since you're on YouTube, you're the type to watch a lot of videos a lot. So are you gonna listen to this information and be like, cool, I'm gonna watch the next one? I challenge you to fucking watch one and then implement it. Maybe if this wasn't even the most helpful video, the next one you watch, go implement that strategy right after. And if you do, I guarantee you'll see success. It's all love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. You are enjoying the videos. Subscribe. I'm locked in on YouTube now, so you'll see me, you'll see my face, you'll see me around, and I'll see y'all in the next one.